When you know that you are queer, but your favorite drink is beer, that's gayish. You can bottom without stopping, but you can't stand going shopping, that's gayish. Oh, gayish, you're probably gayish. Well, life's just too short for narrow stereotypes, so it's gayish. We're also gayish. It's Gayish with Mike and Kyle.
Hello, everyone in the podcast universe. This is Gayish,
the podcast that puts the A in anal.
Oh. I put the O in anal, apparently.
I put the...
Great. Great. Yeah, sure. I'm Mike Johnson.
I'm Kyle Getz.
And we're here to bridge the gap between sexuality and actuality. And today...
Oh, we're not telling you.
We're not going to tell you.
Yeah. Shut your mouths, shut your butts, and wait up.
Yeah. Except I think I put the title in the live stream.
No one look. Everyone close your eyes. Pinky swear you won't look. Yeah.
Okay, but so first then?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we are on a live stream, so really quickly, if you want to tell us you hate us, get in touch with us, provide feedback, etc., you can do so on the Facebook Live chat or comments on this event. You can call our hotline, leave us a text message or a voicemail. That's 5855-GAYISH, 585-542-9474, standard rates apply. Or you can email us at gmail@gayishpodcast.com is what it says. But you should probably do gayishpodcast@gmail.com. I don't know. Anyway.
Oh, yeah, but probably do the Facebook chat, right?
That's the easiest on everyone involved.
It's
yeah.
It's the only thing I'm going to be looking at. So if you do all that other shit, good luck.
Great.
Perfect. Wait, why am I... Anyway, yeah, for those listening later on the regular episode date, you missed it. You didn't make it to the live event because it was in the past for you. Anything else? Oh yeah, we'll be soliciting Gayest and Straightest. So
yep,
plug those in.
Yep.
Cool.
Do it. But first,
yeah,
great feedback.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Corrections and feedback.
Oh, do you have any?
No corrections.
Okay.
I mean, we did have a poll.
Well,
were you going to talk about the poll?
We can touch on it.
So last week's episode about celebrity, y'all got to hear Kyle and I in our ongoing discussion about the A-listness or non-A-listness of a certain Selena, not the dead one. Mm-hmm. And yeah. So you put a poll up on Patreon.
Yeah. Oh no, I actually wrote down the numbers. I was going to talk about this, but
great.
Yeah, so I put a poll on just for Patreon members to like vote on. Mm-hmm. Man, and everyone assumed you did it because they were like, "Good job, that'll prove it to Kyle." And I was like, "Oh, I did it. I didn't." So 61% of you said no, she's not A-list. 23% said yes, and 16% are undivided. Nope, undecided.
Undivided.
United we stand against Selena. So okay, I'm not gonna say I was. It's not that I was not right.
Yeah.
I will go ahead and admit something that's very difficult to admit, and that is that you're sexist.
Yep. Which. That's not difficult for me at all. So, because this poll turned out so terribly for you...
like, distinctly opposite of what I planned.
I did want to share with you the utter horror that was my own goddamn brother and the text message that he sent me. My brother Marty, who lives in Las Vegas, texted me this on Thursday. Michael, you have a brain malfunction that I did not know existed. This definition of A-list. He said, you have 39 minutes left in the episode to redeem yourself, but Kyle is schooling you on this A-list thing. So, at least one member of my family is totally on board.
That's the only feedback that matters to me is your brother. So everyone else on Patreon, fuck off.
Great.
Okay.
More about that episode. I also, we got, I think, more feedback on that episode than any other. Does that jibe with your...
it's in the top. It's up there.
It's up there, yeah. And I really enjoyed this post from Paul Donovan, who is in our Facebook group. He posted this. We recently he interviewed us for his book, which he talks about in his message here. It says, I enjoyed the celebrity episode, and clearly Michael Johnson and Kyle Getz are celebrities. Sorry, Paul, you're wrong. They appear as a footnote in the forthcoming international bestseller Profit and Prejudice, out November, ideal gift for friends and family, guaranteeing their place in history books. I think that podcasters have a bit more than celebrity status. The role is similar to characters in regular radio and television shows. The listeners have parasocial interaction with podcasters, just as they did in the past with broadcast media. And he posted the link to the Wikipedia article for parasocial, which is super duper interesting. I suggest everyone read it. Even though the relationship was one way in the past, broadcasting out, like on TV, the audience felt they were friends with the characters or personalities because they felt they had insight into the characters' lives. Podcasting takes this to the next level because, as Gayish reminds us each week, there is also the ability to interact more directly via a range of social media. That is only going to heighten the parasocial interaction. This is hugely valuable, I think. The young gay man in Saudi or Russia or the southern U.S. has gay friends. Quotes around friends. It is massively important in reducing their sense of isolation, and straight people who live in small communities with no gay friends in their social circles can come into contact with gay people in a virtual social setting, acquiring virtual gay friends and hopefully reducing prejudice. This assumes at least one of the Gayish listeners is straight, which may not be true, but let's go with it for the purpose of this argument. My mother and my brother are straight, so we have at least two of you. But all this is much more than celebrity. No one other than the most obsessed fan is going to see a celebrity as their friend. Celebrity is putting someone on
Y'all
a pedestal.
obsessed. No.
Parasocial interaction gives a sense of a far closer relationship than mere celebrity, while still potentially allowing the broadcaster to be a role model or example. None of this makes it easier for you guys if receiving inappropriate comments or in bridging the difference between podcast persona and real life. The audience is always going to perceive a stronger friendship with you than actually exists, which may account for, but does not excuse, the way boundaries are breached. But I think the social value of people in your position is greater than celebrity in some ways. You may not yet have the reach that an Oscar winner has, but the parasocial interaction potentially gives a lot more impact.
And that is the full text of his book.
Yeah, you don't have to buy it. But I'm fascinated by this parasocial thing because it like the shit that we've been sort of struggling with and trying to articulate. People have studied and written books about and shit, and like, yeah, it's weird and fucked up, and everybody's in agreement about that.
Yeah.
So it's okay for us to feel weird.
Oh, okay. That's good. I spent that time trying to figure out if I could comment as myself and not as Gayish podcast.
Did you figure that out?
Nope.
Did you click the little Gayish symbol?
Yep.
There?
Yep.
That does nothing?
It does nothing.
Well, just post as us. You do anyway on Twitter.
I know, but you won't know whose is whose. So any smart, intelligent, well thought out comments are me. The rest are Dan.
Any more in corrections or feedback or shit? Love you, Dan.
Are you still listening?
So news?
Yeah.
Great. I don't know what this look is, but I don't like it.
News little toggle, news little toggle, news little toggle, news little toggle, news.
Are you saying news in a taco?
If you served me news in a taco, it would be way more palatable.
Great.
Okay, yes, you can go for it.
Well, okay.
Give me the meat of the news first.
The meat?
We're doing the taco metaphor.
Oh, okay. Well, the meat is the most important part.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the most important news story of the week.
Okay.
Did you fuck it up and look it up after we talked last night?
I don't know anything about the news. Half the world is on fire. There's a tornado blowing past my parents. Like, I don't know.
Grey's Anatomy star Sarah Ramirez, she's also known from Broadway, has come out as non-binary.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Ramirez, who came out as bisexual in 2016, announced they will use both she, her, and they, them pronouns. They are best known for playing Dr. Callie Torres on Grey's Anatomy, and they came out this week as gender non-binary. In a post shared on Instagram Thursday, Ramirez said, quote, "In me is the capacity to be everything from a girlish boy to a boyish girl." Ramirez included the hashtag non-binary in the caption of the post and has since updated their bio on social media accounts to read non-binary human. Their bio also states that they use both she, her, and they, them pronouns. Now, first of all, awesome. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I sort of didn't see that coming. but you never do, or maybe you shouldn't, or I shouldn't be surprised. People are whatever they are.
Yeah. Wait, why do you say you didn't see it coming? Like, what do you mean by that?
Because, and maybe this is a function of her on Grey's Anatomy, which is what I know her most from. She just seemed so binary. Like, they made so much of them being like super femme lesbians.
That is kind of part of what I was asking, because I think it's so easy for us to have such a binary mindset, which is how we were trained about gender. And then so when you see a very female presenting person, there's that initial, like, I need to get over the hump of, like, you can present any way and be any gender. So I definitely have that kind of instinctual feeling inside me.
I also think, and I'm very interested in your feedback, they probably prefer to go by they, them, and have only put out the she, her is okay out of acquiescence to the fact that people are going to fuck it up, so why get all hot and bothered about it?
I that's possible for sure. But also I know, like, when we were talking about non-binary the topics on that episode with Molly Woodstock, one thing we talked about is, like, even if they're non-binary, someone may still identify as a lesbian, which seems confusing, but, like,
True.
The way the community you're in, the way you're raised, the way you've been conditioned to, I don't know, think about yourself, like, that could also play into it. It could be like, even though I'm, use they, them, I also still have this kind of history that includes she, her. So I could see it also just being a, like, I'm non-binary but femme leaning, so
yeah. Okay.
I just think if you're going to go non-binary, like, at that point you're like, fuck it. I'm not, like, you don't need to hold back.
Yeah. Okay. It just feels to me very, I mean, it's their life. They can do whatever they can do whatever they want to. And it feels like the kind of thing where you just say, yeah, it's okay.
Just whatever. I think
I'm going to get misgendered, so I might as well just be okay with it.
We should refer to people as all of their pronouns. Like, for Sarah, we could refer to her and
she,
them.
they came out.
She and them came out to me and us.
Yeah. Ramirez joins a growing number of celebrities who identify as non-binary, including Sam Smith, who came out as such last year, Billions star Asia Kate Dillon, Transparent creator Jill Soloway, and Valentina, a previous contestant on RuPaul's Drag Race, also identify as non-binary.
Valentina. I like that. Cool.
Great. Moving on.
Yeah, give me the cheese.
Okay, here comes some cheese. I'm only doing 2 stories this week because I read Paul Donovan's book at the top, so I figured that was plenty of content.
Yeah, is a taco, is meat and cheese enough to make a taco? Like,
if you're on keto, it is.
Oh, you mean no tortilla? Yeah. No, that's just a pile of meat. That's not, which is great.
That's my nickname in college.
It's my monthly orgy.
Yeah, pile of meat. That's a great name for an orgy.
Right?
Jesus Christ, Kyle. I think you're onto something.
I'm onto a lot of things.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
You're
very, very lonely. Okay. Oh, okay.
Okay, moving on.
Sure.
So, a federal appeals court ruled Wednesday that a Virginia school board's transgender bathroom ban is unconstitutional and discriminated against a transgender male student who was barred from using the boys' bathrooms in his high school. If this sounds familiar,
okay.
It is very familiar, but this is a victory for transgender rights advocates and Gavin Grimm, a former student at Gloucester High School, who was required to use restrooms that corresponded with his biological sex, female, or private bathrooms. The thing that is important here is that this is the 4th Circuit Court of Appeals that has ruled this. It was the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals that did our story last week, which was, or the week before, which was from Florida.
So there's another one that is like sounds identical to this, is what I'm thinking.
There's another one, and it is identical, and this is the case where the Supreme Court is only going to get involved if the circuit courts disagree. And so far, it's 2 for 2 on circuit courts that agree, and it is also in fairly conservative parts of the country, and maybe is a hopeful indicator that it won't even go to the Supreme Court. Just all the circuit courts are going to agree that trans people can use whatever bathroom they want. And they They can use the restroom of the gender that they identify as, and we won't even have to worry about Kavanaugh, Gorsuch, and the rest of the fuckitudes.
That is nice if just it's an agreement. There is something nice about a Supreme Court ruling that makes it, it's not the end all be all, but it feels far more definitive. But then again, you're right, that could be a risky thing to go to the Supreme Court. So interesting. But that's nice that trans students are like winning their shit and getting it done.
It was a 2-1 decision. The for the circuit court is 3 people, 3-judge panel.
That's good. That adds up.
And let's see. They said in the ruling, quote, Grimm was treated worse than students with whom he was similarly situated because he alone could not use the restroom corresponding with his gender. Unlike the other boys, he had to either use the girls' restroom or a single stall option. And it goes into their argument was about his genitalia and nothing else, and that's what got summarily booted out of court.
Yeah. There's so much about it when you're like, religious people think we're gross, but y'all are like, oh, let me think really hard about your genitals so I can tell you where to go. Like they're so obsessed with genitals.
Yeah.
It's because they don't touch them enough.
Right?
Of course it's going to be on your mind.
Everybody needs to come more.
Come on. Eileen.
That's the news.
That's the news. I want to thank a few of our Patreon members. This is a brand new segment where I do the same thing I've done other episodes.
Great.
And it's thanking these Patreon members. Fuck you, Florian, because you know what you did.
Florian.
Sorry, just singing in the middle of it because I got lost. Chocolates. Nailed it. Sean Hicks, I like you better than Florian Jacodupu.
Sean Hicks, he does the Minecraft server. He's the HMFIC on the Minecraft server. Go ahead. It's fine.
That's a lot of...
All I'm saying is I know both these bitches
so
far.
Okay, you said a lot
Florian is adorable and is from Germany. Sean runs the Minecraft server. It's a whole harem of people that I love. Go ahead.
Okay, well... If you don't,
Minecraft world is crazy.
Is it?
I logged into that for the first time and I'm like, where do people get all that? How many days and days on end have people been playing this thing that they could build these crazy houses?
There's a multi-level Gayish town hall. There's there's this weird like bathhouse that they're working on. Like
there's at least one bathhouse.
There's this tube that takes you down, like Willy Wonka style. You get sucked into a tube of water. It's so weird. I love it so much.
I had no idea.
Daddy joined it too this weekend.
Y'all are intense. I love it, but y'all are intense. Am I the mayor of it? Is that a thing?
No.
Can you assign me as the mayor?
No.
Why not?
Because I'm the fucking mayor, Kyle.
Why did you get to be the fucking mayor, Michael?
Do you even have it installed on your machine?
No, they should do it for me. I'm too busy and important to mayor myself. I'll be like the queen. I'll be the figurehead, and you can be you can do the work.
Hey, Kyle.
Hey, Mike.
True or false?
False.
You hate Minecraft and games like it.
Isn't it the one where you chop at a tree for I don't want to chop a tree to get wood to build a thing. Like that's too
great.
If there's no candy or crushing, I'm not interested. Okay, I'm going to get through this. Also, thank you to Matthew Corvo. Could you tell the way I pronounce it? That's not Matthew. It's Matthew.
Matthew.
H-I-E-U. Yeah.
Corvo? Is it related to The Crows Have Eyes 3? The Crowaning? Or whatever? No. Go ahead.
Crowaning? This is the worst horror movie.
Have you seen Schitt's Creek?
Yes.
Isn't that?
Not all of it. I've only seen some of it.
Okay.
This is the longest it's ever gone. Okay. Tom Von Key and Kane Daly.
Tom V from Pride 48, right?
Yeah, but he put in as the last name, so I just look. If we had if I had the option of not saying a last name, I wouldn't. But I feel like I owe it to Tom Von.
Great, and who was and then the last one?
Oh, Kane Daly. I said that.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah, unless it's Daly or Kane or whatever.
Okay.
Connie Dolly, thank you. Thank you to Patreon members. If you want bonus content, if you like what's happening right now, don't worry. This is not how we usually sound. We're usually real good on Patreon. You can go to Gayish. Nope. You can go to patreon.com/Gayish podcast. What?
Yeah. No, it's fine. And it's a good problem to have. And like the Patreon thing is getting to the point where like you're going to have to read names every week, and a lot of them probably
for forever.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. Thank you all.
Yeah. So ready?
Yeah. Should we start recording now?
Yeah. Okay. Welcome to the show, everybody.
We've just been doing a run through, right? Has any of this been good? Okay. Yeah. Let's do the regular show.
Before we get into the regular show, Dan.
Oh,
checking in with the streams. Checking in with the randos. Anything we should respond to?
Someone pointed out that the World of Warcraft server is even more involved than the Minecraft one, but I haven't seen that because we haven't got to the
we're not going to start a WoW Minecraft holy war here. Like
who's more A-list, Minecraft or World of Warcraft?
I mean, they both say craft in the name.
Okay.
So they're like...
Does that help?
Related, maybe.
Sure. They're brothers.
The great craft debacle of 2020.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that what's beginning?
Exactly.
AE also mentioned that Finnish has only one pronoun, which I'm not... it's H-A with two little dots above it, N. And it's just...
Oh, yeah.
Not or neuter. It's
AE is at the top of my list of listeners that know shit about Finnish, which is hilarious because I think we have listeners in Finland.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah. Hey, Kyle.
Did you finish?
Not yet.
Okay, let's talk about our episode.
Yeah.
Do you want to reveal the topic?
Sure. 3, 2, 1.
Prostate!
We're going to talk about prostates.
Yeah.
Our own and those of others.
Yourself or someone like you.
Hey, Kyle.
Oh, hey, Mike. Wow.
You have a prostate, yeah?
Yes.
I have a prostate, too.
Do you?
Quick shout out. Not all men have prostates.
Because
either they're either trans or they've had it removed because of some kind of surgery.
Yeah, that's true.
Great.
actually...
Oh, boy.
Mike,
What?
we're going to talk a little bit more about AFABs and prostates during the Patreon segment later.
Yeah.
AFAB assigned female at birth for...
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. I'm going to try real hard not to call it a lady prostate. Whoop, fucked that up already. But yeah, we're going to talk about that at Patreon, which if you're on the live stream, stick around. You'll get to see what our Patreon segments are like because we're going to keep this fucker going through that. So,
wait, who should start? Should I start with some basics, some statistics?
Sure. Yeah.
Yes, Kyle, you're basic.
I mean, yeah, that's true. It's hard to get too
muted.
Okay, so first, I think just to get us started, I'm going to talk a little bit about. It's kind of gay. You'll see, it doesn't really count, but in reference to prostate orgasms.
Okay.
So, just real super basics. Prostate is something that it's not. You don't want to say people have prostates. Tends to be men, but as you said, other people. How do you say it? Like people with dicks and stuff also come with a prostate. Like the dick and
AMABs.
I don't know. If you have a dick and balls, you probably have a prostate too. And it's inside your butt. It's a little pleasure button that feels good.
This is the most medically sound explanation of prostate I think I've ever heard.
Pretty much it. That's what you need to know.
Okay, it is not in your butt.
It's like right up in there.
You can access it via your butt, and when you get a digital rectal examination from your doctor, that's the way that they figure out if there's any irregularities to your prostate. But your prostate is actually around your urethra and is a gland.
Great. It's in your butt. And don't poop too hard, otherwise you'll poop it out.
That's why some people don't have prostates.
Exactly. They just pooped it right out. Don't strain, people. You could poop out your prostate. Yes, you can access it via your anal cavity or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
So
some people apparently can reach them like via their taint. Like they don't have to go up in there. They can just like
Well, not even some people, like you can, your perineum, which I think Dan taught us that word before he was even like a person on here. But the spot between your balls and your butt, like you can touch it and feel it through your taint. It's not going to feel as pleasurable or intense, but you can get there.
Great.
Do you want me to show you?
No. We're going to have a demo on the live stream, everybody.
Let's follow up on the episode about us talking about people sexualizing us with a prostate demonstration.
Yep,
That'll really show you.
Well,
okay.
no, as we've established, I can sexualize you.
Yes, that's true. That's true. You get a pass. Okay.
And everyone can sexualize me. It's fine.
That's true. Redirect it.
No, that's not fine.
No? Oh, no, it's not. It's okay, so prostate milking or prostate massages.
Yeah.
Often people think about them sexually, but they can also be used for like medical reasons, can help relieve inflammation or expel junk.
Milking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which,
okay.
And actually, I thought you would like, I only put this in because it had the phrase 19th century, which I figured that is a Mike sentence then. Therapeutic prostate massages. What?
Nothing, go ahead. It's fine.
I mean, right?
I talk about history a lot, if that's what you're saying.
Yeah. Anything that was like in the late 19th century, I'm like, Mike is going to write like whatever next thing it says. Sure. Therapeutic prostate massages dates at least to the late 19th century when doctors performed it to treat inflammation of the prostate called prostatitis. Mm-hmm. So people have been touching their good stuff for quite a while. And when you do massage the prostate, it's called milking because it produces a thin, milky fluid called prostate fluid, which I didn't realize it wasn't the same as semen. Like, it kind of like, I don't come from the same place. So it's like semen and semen adjacent fluids.
Yeah.
It makes up about 25 to 30% of semen.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
What?
It's a portion of semen.
It's a portion of semen.
It's a portion
Precisely.
of semen. Okay. While we're kind of talking about anatomy, I was trying to figure out a good place to insert this into your prostate, and now seems as good of a time as any. I have recently, in my very pedantic kind of way, grown disillusioned with the phrase "drain those balls." Like you hear it on porn, you see it in like erotic fiction, that like this implication that when you have built up, when you haven't ejaculated in a while, your balls are full. And that's not fucking how this shit works. Your balls do not get full. You cannot drain them. That's not where all of the stuff is coming from, you dickbags. And I'm not stopping anything. People are going to keep saying that, but like,
I thought draining your balls meant sexually inclined vampire.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Sex vampire. There's a Halloween's coming up idea.
Okay, now we'll get into the Gayda, which just go with it. Okay. Just for once, Mike, be cool. This is because it's researched by a sex.
You really expect me to do that?
Be cool. It's by like a sex toy site, so like it's like not totally corporations. Am I right? Big prostate. It's really trying to get involved.
Yep.
So apparently prostate orgasms are 33% bigger than penile orgasms. Go ahead and ask it.
I felt my face tell the story.
Yeah, your face said, "Oh, I'm going to say this thing." Oh, wait, you said, "But to be cool," but I need to, and like I saw that. Yeah, no, go ahead and say it.
What does that mean?
What does it mean, Mike? That's a good question for all of us. Why don't you try at home and let us know where that 33%, maybe more semen?
The intensity of the orgasm as measured by an orgasmatron? Like what?
That's a 5 on the Richter scale.
I don't understand.
It's. I will say, I don't know where that number comes from, but I mean, it feels more intense than a run of the mill, come and go penile orgasm.
Okay, great.
And then there is this. We'll have to talk about a little bit. Like there is this thing where like everything on prostates I looked up, it was like, it's not gay, straight people do it, it's fine, it's cool, do it, it's not a taboo. Like everything was trying to explain to people that like it's okay, straight dudes, you can do it without being gay. I was actually looking for terrible shit because sometimes I want terrible shit to like read, and like I saw this Quora question that someone was like, is it gay to do?
No, it's terrible already. It was on Quora.
It's already pretty low bar. No, like, but I was looking for terrible answers like, yeah, it's so gay, but it's blah. Like, but everyone was like, no, it's not gay. It's about the orientation of the people involved, not the. So it was boring and correct and PC.
Boo.
I know. But what I can say is this sex toy place. Oh, I should, Lilo.com.
Okay.
It's the 80% of women said they would perform a prostate massage on their partner.
Oh. That's God's work.
Thank you, 80% of ladies. That should be like a question on Tinder, just like, let's get this out up front. And 71% of straight men in a relationship have tried or would try a prostate massage.
Wow, that seems high.
I know, but also that's why this, and then the sex toy manufacturer's like, guess who can help you do it? Us. You all want. But like, so what more of my takeaway is that people have to do research. People feel like they have to prove to straight people it's okay.
Sure.
And whether that number is correct or not, they're trying to use this number to say, like a ton of straight guys want to do it, so that to kind of help them feel better about themselves for wanting to do that. Which it is nice to know some of those numbers, or know that other people think about it and want it too, that you're not alone and all that good stuff. So
it's interesting that it aggregated have or want to into that 71%, because I would want the breakdown of those things. Like,
I mean,
how many actually have versus want to and haven't gotten the fuck over themselves to try.
Be cool. No. Yeah. And this is something where I presume I used to like do all this data analytics and have to present it to clients. So yeah, if I was doing this study, straight men in a relationship, I would have looked at all men and like done a lot of things and found the biggest number. And I bet you the biggest number was straight men in a relationship and have or would try, so you can get the biggest number. Yeah. That's how data works.
Ugh. As a data analyst, that makes me cringe.
Which, I mean...
Marketing people are terrible.
Okay.
And picking data points to align with your bias.
It is an important... Yes, Dan, life would be beautiful and happy and magical if everyone were perfect and nice and honest, but we live in the real world where you need to know, that the data that's presented is handpicked by someone to tell you a thing they want you to know. So figuring out what their motives are is really important in figuring out the context of data. Why aren't we we're not talking about this? Prostate.
67% of statistics are made up right on the spot.
Great. I would like that broken down by the number that are made up within the past millisecond.
I'll get my people on that and get back to you.
That's the best answer to any question you don't know. Anywho, straight guys, it's okay to... I would say this. You have a pleasure button in your butt. Like, to find out that you can have a 33% more intense orgasm, like... It's one of those things, like, straight dudes love their penises and it's ejaculate, and like the act of doing things with it and feeling good. It's just so weird that there's this one thing that's off that makes them feel gay. Like there's one super pleasurable thing that makes them feel kind of gay. So that's why they get nervous about it or something.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's prostate orgasms.
Great. Okay.
End of segment.
Well, before we go into the next one, then let's take a pause.
Yeah.
Dan, what are the kids saying? I saw Urethra Franklin and stopped reading.
There was definitely some chatter about prostate fluid. Someone asked if it came out of their butt. I don't know if that's a serious question or not.
I've pooped a variety of fluids.
Yeah,
I can't always tell what's what.
4 minutes, or else it's broken.
Look, okay, not a doctor, and I say that, I remind you all of that regularly. I am not a doctor, and I'm reasonably certain nobody has had prostatic fluid come out their butthole. their own anyway.
What if it leaks into your...
How?
Okay, go. You do your segment, Mike.
Okay, great. Hey, Kyle.
Hey, Mike.
It's a live stream,
Uh-huh.
which is always fun and happy and lovely.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna talk about cancer.
Great.
Okay, great.
Let's do it.
So I want to talk about prostate cancer, and the reason I want to talk about prostate cancer is because people who have prostates are susceptible to getting cancer of it.
Also, I will point out, we were talking about like the language to say like who commonly has prostates, but in general, when you're talking about prostates, people who have prostates is the most gender neutral, like trans inclusive, like that kind of language is the language to go for. So
Yeah. So what I really want to talk about is that there's a lot of prostate cancer in the universe, and it is the second most common cancer globally. So
Damn.
It is the fifth leading cause of cancer-related death in men.
Is the first one breast cancer? What's the number one?
I think
Cancer.
it's skin cancer.
Oh, that would make sense.
But I might be wrong about that. Dan's going to correct me because he's tickety typing away. I can see him.
Great.
And
I was doing something else. What am I looking for? Number one cancer?
number one cancer. Yeah, we're going to do Family Feud for cancer here in a second. Survey says.
Everyone, get out your cancer brackets.
Yeah.
Let's see what's.
And what's your guess, Kyle?
I said breast cancer.
I said skin.
That's number 2 answer on the board. And Mike, what's your number 1?
Skin.
Nope, not even in the top 4.
Pancreas.
No. I'll give you a hint.
Oh.
If you smoke, it's more like you'll
Lung cancer. Yeah, that's
lung cancer.
boo. Well, this Wikipedia article says that it is the second most common cancer, prostate cancer. Maybe that's just among men. Anyway,
This one says number 4, but that would, yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to go
That's-
compare two articles together for the next 5 minutes. So
a lot of prostate cancer initially shows no symptoms. People don't even know that they have it. And then by the time it gets bad enough that you notice, it's real bad. The cancer spreads pretty easily to other areas of the body, particularly the bones and the lymph nodes. And the symptoms when you start having them include pain or difficulty urinating, blood in the urine, pain in the pelvis or back. And it's also possible to have those symptoms from benign prostatic hyperplasia, just swollen prostate, big prostate. Other late symptoms include fatigue due to low levels of red blood cells. And also, prostate cancer tends to pretty often grows really slowly, such that a lot of times doctors will choose to not treat it at all because it's growing so slowly, something else is going to kill you. And that's what happened to my grandfather. My dad's dad, who has passed, had prostate cancer, but they chose not to treat it because he was in his 80s and the prostate cancer wasn't going to kill him for 20 years. So
and cancer treatment would probably be like ravishing.
Yeah, that's right. That's totally right. Which, just get your prostate checked. That's what the finger wave is for.
How often, like at what age? It's like for men like over 40 or 50, right? That it's more most likely?
Over 40 for sure. A lot of people say get it checked at 40. I don't think that that's a medically sound decision. I think that 50 is more likely. About 99% of cases occur after age 50. As always, listen to your doctor. Whatever your doctor says, that's what you should fucking do.
But it's also always good to know, like, doctors should tell you all this shit, but, like, you also know about it and ask them about it and be insistent.
Yep.
Also, I get my prostate checked every night.
Hey-o.
Oh!
I need to change my straightest of the week. Hold on. So other factors for risk include a high diet high in processed meat, red meat, or milk products. So I'm on keto, so I'm fucked. Or low in certain vegetables. There is an association with gonorrhea that has been found, which is no reason for that has been identified. But that's one of the reasons that gay men who are more sexually active are at a higher risk for prostate cancer than.
Because there's something about gonorrhea that. Like that's correlation kind of thing.
Well, so the whole thing, the fucking evangelicals would have a heyday with this, but gay men do tend to have more sexual partners and tend to have more unsafe sex. Our society pushes heterosexual people towards marriage, which is sexually safer. Boring. So anything that is correlated with STIs tends to be a bigger problem in gay men, and gonorrhea is associated with prostate cancer, so therefore gay men tend to have a higher problem with prostate cancer. So something that I thought was super interesting that I'd never heard before researching this, there is a risk associated with Brca mutations, which you might know Brca as being no.
Brca.
Breast cancer.
Brca gene.
It is associated with breast cancer in women. So it's like the same mutation, the same genetic problem causes breast cancer, and can increase the risk of prostate cancer in men, which I thought was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So what do you do about it?
What do you do?
Exercise.
Ugh.
Change your diet.
Ugh.
I know, but you're gonna like this one.
Jerk off.
Jizz more.
I do know that thing about the prostate.
If you want to reduce your risk of prostate cancer, research suggests that you may want to make more frequent date nights in bed or simply engage in more self-pleasure. A study from the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health found that more frequent ejaculation correlated with a lower incidence of a prostate cancer diagnosis. Excuse me. That's good. That's good Prosecco. And the study showed that the sweet spot is to ejaculate at least 21 times or more per month.
Oh, wow.
So we're talking like nearly daily, which I know that there's some people I've heard. Anyway, I'm not one of them. I'm on a daily schedule, but a lot of people don't come every day. They don't masturbate. They don't have sex. And that you should fix that. If you ejaculate 21 times or more per month, it drops your risk of prostate cancer by almost 20%.
What if you ejaculate 50 times? More times? Like how many? Is there an upper limit to the benefit, or is it like exponential?
I
have negative prostate cancer, Mike.
Right. Like other people should sit next to you because their prostate cancer risk goes down,
like radiation,
just by virtue of being in the same zone.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's interesting because like those symptoms you listed at the beginning can come across as innocuous until like lower back pain or like having to pee. Like there are some of those things that on their own, or if they're not super severe, you may not question. So that seems like one of those things where like. If you try to like Google your symptoms, like maybe we all have prostate cancer, but that. Yeah.
Well, and as your prostate enlarges, it increases a marker in your blood called PSA, your prostate-specific antigen, and that is a number that your doctor will look at over time. And why did I just say that? So, like, there's a blood test that you can take that actually, like, at least in this regard, measures your prostate health.
Huh.
And a lot of men, as they age, have an enlarged prostate, whether cancerous or not, and then struggle with things like urination. And that's sort of what we all have to look forward to as we age, Kyle.
Does that mean I have to play with my prostate more as I get older?
I mean, you're gonna whether I say to or not. So,
and I'm hoping, like, as I get older, my butt loose, like, it just gets saggy and looser, so I could just, like, like, it's not going to be an exploration mission. It's just going to be like a,
like, age will fix your tiny butthole. Is that?
Yeah, things sag and just really even out and open up. And...
Okay, great.
Cool.
Okay, great. Last, I wanted to talk about an article that Dan found and sent me that came out on June 10th of 2019. So just last year, we got our first clinical guidance on anal sex after prostate cancer. So UK doctors and surgeons have finally started studying anal sex. Should you have it or not, and when? And
that's interesting.
It's because doctors are like kind of homophobic. Like we don't study shit about gay people. That's why you need to find a gay affirming doctor who actually pays attention to this shit, because on the whole, doctors are pretty terrible about this.
Yeah.
So, quote, men are normally advised to resume sexual activity soon after prostate cancer treatments in order to help preserve their erectile function. However, the increased likelihood of participating in anal sex means that some groups of patients, gays, gay and bisexual men in particular, have different risks, such as the possibility of anal sex causing physical damage after a prostate operation or radiotherapy. We found that most oncologists and surgeons don't ask patients about their sexual orientation or sexual practices, which means some men won't get the appropriate advice and support they need to continue having a safe and fulfilling sex life. So, as always, listen to your doctor, but also, this is kind of fucked up advice. Make sure your doctor knows you're gay. And if they don't like that, find a new fucking doctor.
Yeah.
Which I understand is like, that's a position of privilege on my part.
To be able to have.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, I remember when I had butt issues and had to see a doctor. This is before my butt enlargement surgery. And the doctor was like trying to figure out, she was like, okay, you have blood in your butt, like when you wipe, but like if it doesn't hurt too bad, like why does that matter? And like, so she was asking all these questions, eventually got to like, oh, because it like hurts when I have sex. And she was like, oh, why didn't you say that? And it's like, I wasn't going to very first be like, so
I take it in the ass a lot.
Fucked is hard right now. Like, it was just, she was like, so confused as to why it was important, and then when I said that, it was like I was the stupid one for, I don't know, it was just very weird, because it's not like you were asking the questions, maybe you should start with like, I don't know. Anyway,
hey Kyle,
hey Mike,
we can stop talking about cancer now,
or do I have more on it?
Oh, do you have more cancer shit?
No,
or
but
shit cancer? Do you have shit cancer?
No, but I could have, but I don't. Okay, before we move on to my segment, then.
Oh yeah,
fucking Dan. Anything to share?
How much did I fuck up, Dan?
I think you did fine.
Thanks.
There was some reaffirming of like that age 50 is when testing for prostate cancer is usually recommended. Someone mentioned that they ejaculate about 21 times a week. So
ooh,
great.
Overachiever.
Keep us updated. Let us know how it goes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Now we're going to get to the good stuff.
Okay, great.
You've sat through the cancer talk.
Yep.
Now let's get to the fun stuff.
Yep.
Prostate play.
Okay, great.
I assume talking about this will then lead segue into
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
There are a lot of articles out there about how to use your prostate, what to do with it, how to do it. And I picked the one on teenhealthsource.com because it was like a little bit condescending in a way that I enjoyed. I don't know. It was
okay.
It was just the most enjoyable. Okay.
Wait, like it was written by a Karen? Where are you going with this?
It was written for teens. It was like, okay, so the first, it was talking about how like we more often talk about anal play than prostate play, which I kept calling prostate play. I've never, like, that sounds weird. Prostate stimulation. Boop. Yeah. Boop in the snoop. That's is that the technical term? Yes.
Booping the snoop? Is that what you said?
Oh, I said snoot. Like that's what you call booping a dog. But I'm glad you said no. It needs to not be the same as me touching my dog's nose because like that's a little
booping the snoop dog.
Ew. I hate everything. Okay, so when they were talking about anal play versus prostate play, they said, quote, like for starters, they're both sex acts that involve the butt area. So the fact that they started with the word like at the beginning of the sentence is like, this is how I talk too. This is speaking to me.
That's not true.
Like
right?
For starters.
We just said you can play with your prostate through your taint. You don't have to go up there.
The butt area.
Area.
That whole butt situation, that whole hole and everything associated with it. So the prostate is a walnut-sized gland connected to your urethra. I guess I was going to say that at some point. Connected to your urethra. It is located below your bladder, between your rectum and the base of the penis. So that's why...
rectum? Damn near killed him.
Great. Penis. I damn near blew it. No, I don't know. That doesn't work with that one.
Oh, Jesus.
So between your rectum and the base of the penis, that's what I was talking about before. You can like touch it externally via the taint. So that can actually help you find it. Because I mean, a lot of this focus on like how do you find it and what do you do with it? What do you do once you find it? Apparently, a prostate has muscles. Because that helps with like the semen. I didn't know it had its own muscles, so that's cool. Workout. Is there like a prostate Kegel?
Can you get a trainer for that?
Hold on, I'm stretching my prostate now. Okay. And it is sensitive, which is why we're talking about this. What?
Sorry, go ahead.
By stimulating it, some people can orgasm hands-free, which we've all seen in the porn. 33% bigger orgasm, apparently. So to prepare... So now we'll get into like how to actually like... Let's really get into it.
Yeah.
Let's really boop the snoop. First, prepare...
Don't bruise your prostate. That's probably a bad idea, but like...
I want to bruise mine. I want to fuck it up.
Great.
Okay.
Wreck that prostate.
So to prepare, I mean, a lot of these things will seem familiar because like, even if you haven't gotten to the prostate, like you might have put your finger up a butt or fingering a woman, like, or fingering a vagina. Like there are a lot of them. Anyway, trim your fingernails.
Yeah.
Cause no one wants that scraping.
This is a really good sign that I have not recently been putting my fingers in my butthole.
How long your fingernail? You can. It's like the rings on a tree. We can see how long it's been since you've put your finger in your butt by your fingernail length.
Yep.
Of course, clean out your butt.
Yeah.
If you're a gay man, this is nothing new. You got it. You get it. Where if you want protection, you can wear gloves. That's,
Yeah. Hey, okay, don't knock that. Like, I have a thing of gloves in my bathroom, and I've started using those things for everything. Like, I cut jalapenos wearing them because I don't want to accidentally touch my dick later. And, but there's something about, like, if I'm going to play with my butt, like, having something that I can still feel sensation through, but is going to like be something I can pull off later, relieves a lot of anxiety about like, that's where the poop comes out. And I know that. And then I worry about that. And then like, I'm worrying about that instead of like figuring shit out and having fun. But like, like it's good. It's like, yeah. You just seem to be poo-pooing the gloves for the poo-poo.
Correct. You read that correctly. You correctly interpreted. That's probably great, like advice. That's probably helpful for someone. Like, if that helps reduce your anxiety, especially if you like, I always suggest like trying with yourself, playing with yourself first to figure yourself out. Yeah. And so if putting on a glove helps relieve that anxiety and helps you actually get to the fun stuff. Sure. I just really like to get in there, get real personal with myself. Yeah. And they also say relax, which is the worst advice to give to anyone because like relax while I'm, while you're feeling around anyway. But the point is being relaxed is important. So if you have anxiety, if you're worried about it, if you like, it may be more difficult to find. Yeah. So if you want to do it, so now you're ready.
Yeah.
Now you're clean.
Yeah.
Now you're good.
On your mark, ready, set, let's go.
You got your glove on.
Yeah.
So, of course, gradually, and a lot of this, again, like, we know how to put stuff in our butt. So, like, this, although they did say, try gradually inserting things into the anus. And they said things because, like, that could mean a lot of things. There's plenty of things to insert.
A G.I. Joe.
Sure. Get out, put up the G.I. Joe's hand, and then put his hand, and then it's like the G.I. Joe's doing it.
That's an old Eddie Murphy sketch, by the way. That's not my joke, but yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it my idea to have the G.I. Joe touch your prostate?
I mean,
with
like,
its little G.I. Joe hand?
Like putting the G.I. Joe hand up and then that's all you.
That's me? Yeah. Oh, man, that sounds so hot. I want G.I. Joe to finger me.
There's that.
Okay. Who is this gentleman?
It's one of my nephew's toys that he left here.
Well, all right. Well, that was fun for a little bit until you mentioned your infant nephew.
Well, he's like 10 now, so whatever.
That's an infant, right? What's an infant? Is there a technical definition? Dan, don't answer that. I don't care. So stick things in your butt. Great. They said use water-based lube, which I like silicone-based lube.
Okay. Why?
Because water-based lube I have to keep reapplying.
That's true.
Silicone, like, it's going to stick there afterwards, so you really got to, like, wash your hands.
Okay, the problem with silicone-based lube is, like, you might be trying to drive to the grocery store the next day and can't grip the steering wheel because it does not come off.
But you're ready to get fucked for like the next 3 days. Like, that silicone's there. It's like setting up shop there. It's waiting outside a Dave Matthews concert for days trying to get in.
Life's about choices, Kyle.
So use the lubey one, I guess. And okay, this is the biggest tip. I probably should have started with this, and I'm going to do visual things which is great for a prostate. Nope. Well, yeah, but great for a podcast. So to try to figure out where it is, if you are facing a person, if you are face to face with a person, I don't like whatever improv game we're doing where you're mirroring me exactly. And you put your finger up their butt.
Yeah.
And then you would pull your finger towards you.
Like a come here motion.
Yep. Come. Yeah, exactly. So 2 to 3 inches inside your butt. It may feel like you have to pee. So that's a good sign. That's like you're getting there. And then like, yeah, then you can just feel around. You'll feel like a bump. You'll feel, it says it feels like a round bulb of tissue. And
I don't like that phrase at all.
Yeah, that's less hot. Well, like everything else described it as a walnut-sized thing. Like none of it sounds super sexy. Like we need a better. Like prostate sounds too medical, but like gland of tissue sounds weird. Or walnut. I like touch my walnut.
Your
like,
walnut of love.
Yeah. No. We need a better, like a sexual word. Like dick is like a. It's not a medical word. It's like a sexual word for penis.
Have you ever heard it called your he spot?
Yeah, I called it that.
Then, yeah.
I did. Wait, did I? I wrote that in a
Oh, you
thing,
did? That's right.
reading.
You totally did.
Did I make that up or did I accidentally steal it?
I don't know.
It's one of those things that I was like, I'm really funny. Wait, I must have stolen this from someone.
Same.
Okay. And this is a little bit less from their article now, like from my experience, like I think quarantine is the perfect time to be doing this because like you only got time to feel your prostate like that. Like, what are you doing if not touching your prostate in every Zoom meeting?
Yep.
Don't do that. It's
no, do it. You do what you do. Whatever you want to do.
Harassment to be fingering yourself. So it is something that I think is useful. Sex toys, I think, are really helpful. Or if you want to start easy, like start with fingers, great. But if you're already used to like butt plugs and stuff, you maybe like a butt plug can touch your prostate while it's in there, which is like, so you may have felt that kind of like sensation with it. But like really specifically targeting it with a finger or something, like you can like really more specifically target it and hit it and it feels great. So yeah, you can just like the biggest thing honestly is like feeling around for it. And for me, what?
Go on a search. Look around the corner. like don't just open the door to the refrigerator and assume that because you don't see it, it's not there. You need to like look behind shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're snackish and you just open your fridge and close it, you're not getting the full picture of everything that's inside of it. Yeah, totally.
Great.
So really get in there. Yeah, so like if you're doing it to yourself, then your finger or toy would, like, if you were like laying down, like it would go like inside you like this, and then you'd try to go up. So that's why I think like sex toys, like vibrators, whatever, are helpful. And then basically like just move it around until you get there, and you'll feel like a sensation of having to pee, or it'll feel weird. Like it's not going to be like you touch it and like boom, fireworks. But you'll feel it, and then at first it may feel weird or uncomfortable, like you have to pee, but just keep rolling with it, and even if you kind of feel around to see like, the spot, find the spot. And then once you find it, once you lock in on it, then you can do your regular jerking off while you're doing that. And boy, howdy, 33% bigger. So a couple, questions that FAQs that I wanted to include from this article that I loved. What if it feels weird the first time?
Yeah.
They say, maybe it just feels weird because it's the first time. That's the
sound.
That's the best, most condescending phrase.
Sounding is a great way to reach your prostate, apparently, although it terrifies me. But yeah, because it's like, because the prostate's around the urethra, if you find something that you can shove down in there far enough, then you get to your prostate and you can like stimulate that shit directly.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's
also a sound piece of advice. That's great. Sorry, Dan. I'm so sorry.
I'm drinking more wine to. I did see someone in the comments mention something about how me like pouring the rest of the wine into my glass. To answer the question, is it gay?
Yes.
The way so gay. You touch a man's prostate and it's his gay switch. When I do it is. Sex acts are only defined by the bodies involved, not the orientations of the people involved. Yeah. Which I liked that phrasing of it. And this is going to go back to the straight thing, which is what I call straight people, the straight thing, the straight part of the world. For some people, maybe specifically cisgender hetero men, maybe specifically is a oxymoron if I've ever heard one, maybe specifically cisgender hetero men, having stuff in and around their butts is a new sexual experience. Cishet men are often dealing with it being both a new physical sensation, but also an emotional one, since there's so much stigma and mental stuff around men being penetrated.
Okay. Do you think, knowing me now, that it is accurate or not accurate to describe me as cishet when married to my ex-wife?
No.
No?
You mean like now retroactively?
Yeah.
I mean, still no, but yeah, no.
Because she was obsessed with trying to touch my butthole.
Well, she sounds gay.
And I would not let her.
Oh,
and absolutely not. That's a no-go zone. Thank you very much. And
why? Because
I didn't want to be gay, yo.
Okay. That's what I assumed. I just wanted to really totally get there. Yeah. Did she? And when you said no go, no fly zone, did she respect that? It sounds like she was still pushing her.
She did. Like, she'd bring it up pretty regularly, but like I would say no, and she would, like, for all of her faults, she at least could respect a physical boundary of don't touch my butthole.
Yeah. You don't want to surprise someone by touching their prostate. That's not a Christmas surprise.
And then she was always like, you can touch mine first. I'm like, I just no. I don't, like, no one needs to touch anyone's butthole. Thank you.
Yeah, to get over your discomfort of butt touching, start with me. I also think it's just, I get the focus on explaining to cis-het dudes that it's totally cool to touch your butt and it's fine, but it's a little bit of this. When I was reading, it was like, it's a bigger emotional burden for straight people because, the concept of men being penetrated is taboo or whatever. Like, it's hard for gay people. I remember when I was closeted and watching porn, I would see anal sex and think it was gross. Probably because I was conditioned. Probably because like of where I was developmentally, like not like, you know, any kind of butt stuff seems weird. But like, yeah, I thought it was gross. I had issues that I needed to get over. And I don't know, just prioritizing straight dudes' feelings about their emotional feelings about getting butted up. Like, it's just, I don't know. And I get it, but I just was kind of annoyed with that at that for some reason.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Or am I being too sensitive?
It makes sense, and you're being too sensitive.
Okay.
But
Story of my life.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense. I don't think that's unreasonable.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That is teenhealthsource.com. Your source for a little bit sarcastic or snarky comments about your prostate. Fucking Dan, any comments?
Yeah.
Yeah, this actually, people are coming out of the woodwork here.
The cancer didn't really bring everyone out.
Apparently, prostate cancer isn't really the like comment generating content that we were looking for.
Interesting.
Terrence said that he would be down with G.I. Joe if it was Channing Tatum from the movies.
Yeah, same.
Or Demi
Lovato?
No, Demi Moore.
Demi Moore
And G.I. Jane.
G.I. Jane.
She could touch my prostate.
Okay.
Ebert, there's some advice around lubes. Ebert said that if you're using water-based lube, having a small spray bottle nearby, because it'll kind of reactivate it.
Also, if your cat's acting up, 2 for 1.
Yeah. We're fucking, go away.
Lube. 2 for me. 2 for you.
Make sure that spray bottle has warm water in it, not cold water. They also said that dish soap is their go-to for getting lubes off the body. So keep a little dish soap in your shower to help clean that off.
Okay.
Jefferson mentioned that he thought he spot was a sexy term.
Yeah. I like it.
And also, yeah, and he also pointed out that sounding allows you to directly hit the prostate internally.
Yeah.
That's what you said, Mike.
That's what I didn't want to say that because I didn't want to offend that person.
Oh, I can. Hey, that's what Mike said, if you were listening. But thank you for saying that.
You might have put the comment out before I said it.
Yeah, it's hard. And then there was just various discussions of prostate massagers like the Anaros and other ones. Yeah.
Okay, great.
I'm just assuming that's how prostate massagers sound. Sploosh. Okay.
Our last segment.
Yeah, this is the last
Super duper comfy. I'm sorry, I just brought a fuck ton of downers today. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's why I brought uppers.
Great. My prostate is broken.
No, that's funny. That was an upper to me. Okay, sure. Go on though. Go on.
Yeah. Okay. So my prostate is broken. I mean, it's not broken, but like for all of the stuff that I've put up my butt, it's certainly not fun. I got drunk, Kyle. That's what happened. Okay. So here's the thing. Your penis.
Let's really start at the beginning.
Kyle's penis specifically?
No.
A penis, the general concept of Nick Jonas.
The general concept of Nick Jonas's penis.
Okay.
On the ventral side below the head is the frenulum. That's that like really, really sensitive part just right below the head.
I'm going to get you a best frenulum bracelet.
Great. Best frenulum. Dan, new merch. I want that. Okay, so the thing is, here's the thing. I can't express strongly enough how sensitive and awesome, but sensitive, my nipples are. That like feels like somebody grabbing my frenulum. Like it is super intense, erotic, fun, fantastic. I love it. Please do more of that. I have never experienced a pleasurable sensation from my prostate. Just, I have not. And I've bottomed a lot. Like, not like I was mostly the top in my most recent marriage, but like dudes have been up there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You're no spring dickin'.
Yeah, and I just don't get it. Like, I very much enjoy bottoming, but that's all about like the emotionality of it. That's like the erotic, like he's getting something out of it. Like, I really do enjoy it, but then like I hear other gay men bottoms saying like it's 33% better. like some magic shit is happening in their ass, and like I have never identified with that. I've never felt that, and like sometimes I'm joking, obviously, but like I think my prostate is broken.
Yeah.
Like that's what I mean when I say that. When I'm joking about that.
Yeah. I just got deja vu. Have we talked about this personally?
Yeah,
or on the podcast?
Both.
Okay. Yeah, I understand the feeling of not understanding, like the bottoming thing, but then I like it was one of those things where mostly I just didn't understand how to do it, so mostly that was why. But then like every now and then I'd like get a real good dick and like it'd be like all this, it'd be like, get it in there, uncomfortable, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden it'd like go, and there was like a very different feeling of like all of a sudden it was like
beginning of Lion King.
it was like Elton John was inside me. Like then it like moves over to this like feeling of like, oh, now I get it. And I didn't ever associate that with like the prostate part. Like, and I think that's it. Cause like nowadays when I use butt plugs, I know like if I like move it around,
like shake its hand,
then it'll feel better. So I think it's that. So have you searched for it on your own?
A little bit.
Okay.
A little bit to no success. Here's the thing. Here's the hope in this. We don't have to spend too much time on my prostate.
Let's do it. What else are we doing?
That's literally what we need to do.
Yeah.
Or someone needs to do.
One thing that you have said a couple of times, and I've read it a couple of times too, is the sensation of having to pee.
Yeah.
And I've definitely encountered that multiple times as a bottom. And I feel real bad, but like those are like the biggest dicks of all eternity that I've had that sensation with. And at the time when it was happening, I was like, oh, I have to pee, and like stopped him.
Yeah.
And then went to the bathroom, and I'm like, but I'm not peeing. I don't have to pee.
Yeah.
But then like, am I doomed to like only get like, can I only get there with like the gigantic dicks of the world? Because that's not good, because there's not that many out there.
There's enough. No, I would say so it might not be that your prostate's broken, you just might not know it well enough. Because
so in my head, the narrative that I tell myself is that it's small and hard to get to.
That's my butt. It's not that hard to get to. So the fact that you have felt the need to pee,
yeah,
that's a good sign, but then stopped it, understandably, because that's confusing. Like, I think it's similar to like when you're getting...
Like I shit in a dude's bed once, so like when the pee is about to happen, I'm like, stop that train.
But I mean, pee is a little bit easier because you could like pee on yourself and you can keep that's not an immediate.
Okay.
I mean, some people, just do what you want. Everything's fine, everybody. So what have you? It is 3 to 4 inches inside there. So you do not need like a giant gaping dick. That's not how you describe dicks at all. Like a big, huge dick to get there.
Yeah, that's true. But
So
it might be about girth.
Maybe. I didn't write it down, but on the Gata, the sex toy Gata, it was like stimulating your prostate makes your erection thicker, like firmer and thicker.
Like measurably so?
I assume that they're scientists and measured lots of penises in their study. If your prostate is getting hit, measure the thickness of your dick and see how it compares.
Time out.
Okay. Hey,
we gotta do a scientific
you
measurement.
stay there. Keep going. I'm gonna go get the So I would say you have it. You've accidentally felt like gotten close to there, and it's similar to when you're getting fucked and feel like you have to poop. Like it's just like the sensation is like you don't know, your mind doesn't yet know the difference between these things. Also, like because it's on your urethra, like you could be close but not totally there. So I think you should try it on your own then, and then when you get that feeling to pee first, and that way like you can be pretty even though you'll feel it, that you'll feel pretty confident that you don't actually have to. And then if like something crazy happens, I don't know, you're by yourself, so you're fine. And sometimes I'll feel like I have to pee, and then like it's like in that area then. So there are other places that it like starts to feel good, and you can and feeling around. Like I think everyone's is going to be in a little bit different place. So that's another part of it that like you're not gonna like you can't tell someone exactly where it is.
Mine might be in Detroit.
I left my prostate in Detroit. That's my favorite Garth Brooks song.
Yeah, sure.
Like some dude that I was hooking up with was both smoking hot, had a great dick, and also like knew about this. He was like, "Did you know that your anal cavity goes this way?" And you like that. So like mine like is up in a little bit.
Like is an anal cartographer or something?
Yeah, he was the Amerigo Vespucci. Is that his name? Of anal mapping?
Yep. That's my favorite joke that you've ever told in
that
this
I
episode.
stumbled through with an inquisitive question mark. So the point is, I think that's also a benefit of the external stimulation on your taint is that you can a little bit help you kind of like figure out what it is, where it is, and a little bit of pressure, what it feels like. So when you get to it, like, don't like, you're not like jabbing at it like you're not like stabbing your Republican neighbor. Like you're like apply pressure to it, and you can move that pressure around, and that again, like feeling around to figure out where it feels good. And it definitely feels better and better as you find the right spot and keep going. It feels better and better.
Okay.
So I would say my suggestion, Mike, your homework. Yeah,
sure.
is to do more self-exploration. I also use it like a little toy, so I think toys are helpful.
I have toys.
You do?
Yeah.
Go do it. I mean, not now, but do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Just look around.
I'll work on it.
It's hiding in plain sight.
All right.
Up your butt.
Before we take a break, like what's up, Dan? Yeah. Any last prostate comments?
A couple people suggested that maybe fisting is the way you should go, Mike, so that somebody's sure to hit that prostate, or
you have no choice but to hit it.
That seems like having a mosquito infestation and using an A-bomb to take care of it, but okay.
Someone else pointed out that a big dick, specifically a long dick, will just go right past it. Though I'll add that unless they're a great top that knows how to, find the right angle. I Coach is particularly adept at finding a specific angle. He loves to hit a prostate again and again and again to make the bottom he's fucking like go fucking insane. Like the closest I ever get with him and Bobby, and anyway, to those like straight porns, and the women seem like it's like all acting, and they're like they're just like crazy, and like their eyes are rolling, and like I'm like, this can't be real. Like the closest I get to that is when someone's pounding my prostate. So you have to get past that pee feeling. Just keep going. Don't worry about it.
All right.
Don't worry about it. And then finally, AE suggests a tarp, and also suggested that maybe you should get with a trans guy so they can pick a perfect size strap-on to hit it perfectly.
Oh.
And you could keep swapping dicks until you find the right one.
I mean, that's why I want to fuck Commander Data. It's basically the same thing. I'm down.
Right.
That's either offensive to trans people or the writers of Star Trek, and I'm not sure who. I'm not sure which one or both, but great.
Great. We found it. We found my prostate.
We found it. We got there.
Should we take
Yeah, I
a
have to
break?
pee. Let's take a break.
Let's take a break.
This is the part where Mike and Kyle take a break.
Hey!
Oh, fuck me running. That's terrible.
That's so... Well, it would be better if it was peach, but that's fine.
Oh, we do a shot during the break on all of our live streams.
Yeah.
That was a bad idea.
Things we started and just did one time, we just keep doing.
Yep. So are we back?
Yes. Oh, yes. We're back.
We're back.
Sorry, I forgot we were still doing this show.
Yep.
We're going to do our Gayest and Straightest?
We're going to do our Gayest and Straightest, but
BT
first,
dubs. If you want Dan to look at your Gayest and Straightest and potentially read it, go ahead and submit it in the Facebook chat.
yes, Dan is looking for a Gayest and Straightest from the audience, so please send those in so he has a lot to choose from.
Yeah.
And a quick programming note, we have been doing these live streams the last Saturday of the month, every month since March or April, I think March. And we have decided that next month, the end of September 26th, that's going to be our last monthly cadence live stream. There will be future live streams, but just not on a sort of forced timeline.
Yeah.
Mostly because of Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas for the rest of the year. So, So hang out with us on September 26th because that'll be the last time for a while until we figure out when we're going to do more.
Yeah.
Our website is gayishpodcast.com.
We are on social media, including Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, at Gayish Podcast. Or put in the site and go /Gayish Podcast.
Our hotline, you can send us text messages or leave us voicemails, is 5855-GAYISH. That's 585-542-9474. Standard rates apply.
I got distracted because it says our live video was interrupted, and I don't know why. What am I saying? Our email? Email.
Yeah.
gayishpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, it froze up again. It's back.
We're back again.
We're back? Okay. And our physical mailing address is Post Office Box 19882, Seattle, Washington, 98109.
I thought I could multitask by opening a wine bottle and reading out our end things because I was like, I do both of these so often that I should be, but no, I still can't.
Okay. Do you want some time?
No.
Okay. Do you want to do our Gayest and Straightest?
I guess.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah,
And
so
you
I
can,
have time
not
to-
listen to me and you can open that instead?
It's regular life, Mike. This is how we do. Yeah, go for it.
Great. So the gayest thing about me this week. Oh, man. Okay.
Okay.
I am old. And I learned how to type in the 80s. I had junior high typing classes. And they drilled into us that after punctuation, it is two spaces between sentences.
Same. That's what I learned.
Okay. It is automatic. I can't stop. Like, I type real fast. I type like 110, 120 words a minute. Like, what? I have a giant dick too, Kyle. Deal with it. Like, I
have a prostate the size of 3 walnuts.
I can't not do it.
Yeah.
And then there have been lots of articles lately about that's wrong now. It's supposed to be just one. Facebook will take out your double spaces and make them single space. And when I found out, I lost my shit. I had a gay hissy fit. I freaked out. Like, I'm real gay. That was real gay. I was like, I can't stop. Like,
That's my favorite Mike reaction to anything. I just love everything about that so much.
great. I'm still real mad. I'm glad my pain makes you happy, Kyle.
Well, it's the same annoying thing that that happens on my iPhone. It's like, I know specifically what I want to do and you're trying to help me, but I know better than you, but you won't let me. Like, it's that whole thing, like, you don't own me, Facebook. They kind of do. They own all my data. Anyway, okay.
An autocorrect. Like, when you correct a word multiple times, an autocorrect won't just, like, fucking take it.
Oh, I always assume that's, like, if I fucked up enough that even autocorrect doesn't understand me, I'm either drunk or dumb, so.
Oh, okay. No, when I'm certain that I'm right and autocorrect is like, oh, you mean this other very similar word? I'm like, no. I mean what I said.
Jerk.
Fucking knock it off.
Yeah.
Okay. The straightest thing about me this week is these shorts.
Oh.
These are like cargo khaki shorts. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to brag a little bit, a tiny bit. They don't fit me no more. They're way too big. But I keep wearing them, and I think that's pretty straight guy. Like, ill-fitting clothing is just very straight guy.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And I don't belt them. I don't throw them out and get something that actually fits me. They just keep falling off of my ass.
There's a thing about straight guys in clothing size that you can be like, well, it's a range of, like, 6 different sizes that'll, like, stay on my body.
Yeah. I mean, they're not like they stay up sometimes, so they're fine.
Cool. That's good. That's all you need is an occasional coverage.
Go for it.
My straightest also clothing related is this D&D shirt.
Yeah.
Which has dragons on it and a 20-sided die, which Avi is getting rolled on a 20. Since Dungeons and Dragons, it's I don't know. Yeah, I wear this a lot now.
Except you rolled a 12.
It depends on where up is. I presume this is up.
I would say the flat surface that the dragons are sitting on indicates that up.
No, that's the side wall. This is all... They rotated it to make it easier for you, Mike.
This is my favorite conversation we've ever had.
20. It's a 20. It's a 20.
Great. I do like... there's another shirt that is a little bit like this in like motif, but it's 2 20-sided dice, and it says, yes, they're natural.
Straightest thing is this conversation about D&D.
Great.
My gayest thing, though, is my mom gave me this shirt, and she was just, like, very adorable in her, like, she cares about what we care about, and so, but she doesn't totally get Dungeons & Dragons, so she, like, had to do research to be like, dice are a thing, right? That's part of, like, she's really trying. Anyway, she's so sweet, and so whenever someone mentions my shirt, I talk about how my mom gave it to me, and I'm, like, just happy and proud and excited to talk about my mom, and, like, being a mama's boy is definitely a gay stereotype.
Yeah. Mom is in the chat too.
Hey girl.
For what that's worth.
I saw up above, she said, I wish I had a prostate.
Yeah.
We're just here to make everyone else jealous.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, a listener's gayest and straightest. Dan, do you have what we need? Give us the good stuff.
Literally nothing. Like, the conversation has really all been about those 2 fucking spaces.
Great.
Yeah.
I love that so much. I was going to be annoyed at y'all for not submitting things, but but talking about those 2 spaces is incredible.
So this is go ahead.
Apparently someone's boyfriend is overhearing the podcast in the background and screaming about it. So
about what?
Yeah.
Because it's intense.
The double space.
Oh, about the double space? Oh, I want to scream back at them.
Go back and like replace all the double spaces with single spaces every time I type anything. It's so fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Hey, boyfriend, listening to us and screaming.
I love it when people scream for me. Okay, the next thing that I have then is from an email we got, which friends of the show. Do you remember the sweet potato?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, boys. I thought I would share with you my gayest and straightest for the week. My straightest this week was I watched my sweet potato, BT Dubs, his nickname is now Cupcake, give himself his own haircut after 7 months without one because of COVID. My gayest this week was that I set up my video cam to record a point of view of me jacking off while he cut his hair. I shot a load and will send the video proof later, #phone sex. Thought you'd be excited to know how we spent our Saturday afternoon. Hashtag long distance relationship. Keep up the good work. Tater.
Wow, that's a really specific fetish.
Like
Jerking off to hair
cut
cutting?
that hair.
Well, I mean, I've seen that though. Like, it's not so uncomfortable. Like, I've seen that online of like shaving other people, but usually it's not like a. I don't think it's like a. This is like what's it called when cuckold? This is like haircut cuckold. Haircut a cuckold or something. I don't know. There's some portmanteau.
Sure.
Portmanteau. More like portmanteau. Are we done?
Great, yeah.
Oh, stick around if you want to hear the Patreon bonus segment for freezies if you're here in IRL during the free thing. Otherwise, to hear it, you would have to sign up for a Patreon membership.
And then after Patreon, we'll open up a Zoom call so everybody can hang out and chill and do what it is.
And it always ends up being like a decent number of people hanging out and chatting with us. So, do that if you want.
Yep. So that's it. A special thank you to Grey's Anatomy and Broadway star Sarah Ramirez.
Yeah, she, they, them. She, they, them, her is great. I also want to thank the general concept of Nick Jonas's penis.
Absolutely. Every week. Over and over. That's it. This has been Gayish. I'm Mike Johnson.
I'm Kyle Getz. Until next week, be butch, be fabulous, be you. Hit it good.
See you next week.
Orgasm.
Splooge.
Are you ready?
To talk about my prostate in front of tens of people? Absolutely.